Damos inicio a la grabación de la clase 3 y vamos a partir, ¿no es cierto?, con la revisión de los videos que tenemos preparados para hoy. Voy a compartir la pantalla. ¿Se escucha bien?
A mí como que se me corta un poco el video.
Vamos a hacerlo avanzar un poquito más rápido.
Hi, I'm Lane Greer from Mississippi State University.
And I'm Todd Kavitz from Oklahoma State University. We're in Homestead, Florida at Heinz Horticulture.
To take a virtual field trip of the bedding plant production here in the southern Florida climate.
I'm with Ron Ciaccio, General Manager of Heinz Horticulture. Ron, thanks for having us out today. It was nice to have you guys down here. Could you give us company overview and history? Heinz has been around for over 75 years. We started out in Southern California and opened up operations across the country from Texas to Southern Florida, where we are today, to the Northeast, and over to Oregon, South Carolina, and Texas. We've been primarily in the woody ornamental business, but we've also acquired color businesses over the last 15 years. We're here at the Miami site, which is a 100% color operation, just south of the downtown Miami, about 15 miles. Okay, so we're dealing with a lot of bedding plant production. Bedding plant production primarily at this site, correct? Okay, could you give us a little bit more detail about the site? How large are you here? We're about 300 acres currently, with all of it in production in bedding plants, and we grow everything from 6-packs to 4-inch, 4.5-inch, 5-inch, 1 gallon, and up to a 14-inch size containers here at this facility. This facility focuses on marketing primarily in the southeastern United States, in the Florida market primarily, but then also in Georgia.
Si tienen consultas entre medios jóvenes, háganla.
Mississippi and Alabama.
Abran sus canales de, si es que
Are
necesitan.
they large stores and retailers? You know, we've got a mix of customers, and as you know, we have the big box retailers that include people like Home Depot and Lowe's, the mass merchants such as Kmart and Walmart. There's also the independent nurseries such as Pike Nurseries in the Atlanta market, Callaway's in Texas, or Armstrong's on the West Coast. Those are the basic market channels, as well as the landscape and maintenance industry. And we service all of those from this site.
With the enormity of an operation like this, could you give us scope on how you deal with planting the crops and knowing what you have here and how you're going to get into those particular markets?
Well, we do a lot of good guessing, but we have depend a lot on our history of sales. And this site has been in operation here since 1990, so we've got a lot of good history and data to build on. We also like to listen to our customers, what they're asking us. We also like to listen to our vendors, as what they're telling us is going to be new, hot, or different for the future. Combine all that, and then we take our best guess and we see if we're right.
Ron, thank you very much. Lane's with Paul Kirkey, learning about the production practices here at Heinz.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for allowing us to come out to your main facility and see what the kind of operation that you've got going on here. Let's start with talking about the structures, both the overhead, and then talk about the gravel courses that you have here.
Here in Hines, Miami, we grow everything outdoors. Some things are under cover of plastic greenhouses, no walls, no heat. The rest of the stuff is either in shade houses, 30 to 50% shade, or outside in full sun.
So I see that you're using gravel floors here. Can you tell me a little bit about how that works for you?
We use gravel because it's an inexpensive ground cover. It's mined here locally. The ground we're standing on is solid rock, and the rock pits mine the gravel. And gravel works, it gives us drainage. We get a lot of rainfall here, and it drains well, and the plants don't get root rots from standing in water.
And talking about rain, let's also talk about irrigation, because I see some overhead sprinklers out here.
The whole farm is on overhead primarily. We have our deep wells are 30 feet deep, shallow aquifer. Our water has a lot of calcium and alkalinity, so we just plan our production to accommodate that.
And what about fertilization? How do you adjust for that water?
We use acid-forming fertilizers when we can, and we put slow-release fertilizer in every pot.
Okay.
And the plants that need more fertilizer, we liquid feed to supplement, and that goes through the overhead systems as well.
I know that you have some special considerations growing here in southern Florida. Can we look at some of the plants a little more closely, and we can talk about things like insects, diseases, and all the things that you have to face here?
Sure, let's take a look at the other part of the farm and see how growing in Florida is.
Okay, great.
Lane, we grow a lot of different plants here at Hines, Miami, and the biggest challenge we have is getting all these plants put in this 300-acre facility, getting schedules to work. We need to have the plants ready when customers want them, and that means that we have a 52-week schedule on impatiens and marigolds. It's a common item. We grow them every single week of the year.
Right.
And the culture is different. A marigold planted in the winter behaves different than a marigold planted in the summer. So we switch the varieties, we switch the culture, we switch the fertilizer program on what they need. And the challenge is to make each crop perfect, but the weather is changing on every week.
So you're growing a greenhouse crop out of doors. Really.
Correct. We're doing what you're not supposed to be able to do.
Now, some of the things that I've noticed, you hinted at this, a lot of different plant species. We've seen everything from salvia to dahlia, marigold, and some other things. Can you tell us more about that?
We grow a wide variety of plants year-round, and certain things have seasonality. Dahlias are winter crop for us, fuchsias are winter crop for us. It's not unusual to see a bed with a summer plant next to a winter plant next to a spring plant if they're all in the same shade house. So then for us, I can't adjust the temperature. So I have to use other cultural practices to make them all look good.
Right, right. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Let's talk about the media.
We use a well-drained media that has bark, moss, and styrofoam, and we incorporate slow-release fertilizer. It's real important that our mix rain well.
Right.
We get 60 inches of rainfall here a year, and most of it falls in May and October.
Okay, all right. What about problems that causes for you in the bees line?
I have a big problem with bacterial diseases. Plants get rained every single day, the leaf spots and bacteria and fungi are very bad. That's what we use the covered greenhouses for, just to get the rain off the plants.
Okay, all right. And insects, what insect problems do you have?
But the biggest problem with whitefly, since I'm outside and not under cover, the whiteflies fly into the farmer's fields around here, and then I have to swarm the whitefly, they land on the plants, and we have to get them cleaned up before shipping. And since we don't have a cold period, it freezes the insects live in paradise year-round. We constantly have insect pressure from leaf minder and aphids and worms. The biggest pest is headwood, believe it or not.
Really? And I also noticed snail bait scattered here and there.
Yeah, we do throw a lot of snail bait, high moisture, a lot of irrigation overhead. Perfect environment for the snails to breed.
Okay. So we've talked about some of the different plants. What about different container sizes and the actual different containers? And then I noticed you're using these translucent trays to transport those.
We do all our handling in trays. We plant in trays, we move in trays, we ship in trays. We grow in 6-packs, landscaper packs, 4-inch pots. 4.5-inch pot is our premium item. And we do 6-inch gallons of large containers. We grow whatever tray the customer requires. The landscapers like their tray, the stores have their special trays. The translucent trays are for our picture pot programs and our high-end bedding plants and potted crops. It lets a nice presentation look. Everyone sees the black or gray tray. The new translucent tray is
Paul, what about PGRs and how do you apply them?
here on the farm. We use PGRs PGRs on almost every crop, and we customized the program. We grow our own plugs, so we started applying plug stage. We put heavy grades of PGRs on, enough to stop the growth, but not enough to make us broader. Customize it, plug stage, pre-finished, finished plants. Here in Florida, we don't have the luxury of diff. I tell growers, what's diff? And they laugh at me because I can't ever make the night temperature warmer than today. So we have to rely on fertilizer, watering, and PGRs to make the plants aesthetically pleasing.
Right, quite a program. Does your labor force help you do that?
We have a specialized labor force to deal with the PGRs, but we also have on the farm between 400 and 900 employees.
Another challenge for you is hurricanes, I guess.
Yes, one year Florida had 4 hurricanes that came close by to the facility, so we had to do a lot of preparation for getting the facility ready for a hurricane. And in a hurricane, we need to try to protect the propagation materials so that if the facility is damaged in any way, we can start the next crop cycle in 9 to 10 years. This facility is totally flat. Every building, every structure, everything was ruined. We have to rebuild from scratch. So the facility is in a new condition because the oldest buildings here are a few years old. Everything is since 1992.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us today and explaining the facility here. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again. I think I'll go off and see if I can find Todd. I'm afraid he's lost. Todd, there you are. What have you found?
Well, I've been walking around here at Heinz, and it's a large facility. And one of the things I noticed is how their production structure, like the structures, like they have some open air production,
Right.
they have some saran production, and they also have a little bit of greenhouse production. And it got me thinking about the heavy rainfall they have here and the warm temperatures. So they have to have a well-drained mix in order to reduce that disease pressure. And I see some of the things here in a mix like styrofoam
Exactly.
that helps promote drain.
Right. Yeah, Paul talked to me about several of these things. You talk about drainage. We've got lots of things going on to help with that, like the gravel floor that you're standing on.
That's right.
Yeah.
It drains, but it gives a good surface to produce plants on.
Mm-hmm. And of course, that creates or helps to eliminate some of the disease pressures.
Yeah.
Paul mentioned insect pressures and disease, all kinds of things. Something else we don't think about often are PGRs and how we apply those. Apparently, they're putting on more frequent applications or heavier concentrations of PGRs here.
Right, versus a grower in the north, for instance.
Exactly.
Where the cooler temperatures, lower likeness, have a high
Right.
PGR.
Right.
That's great. And the labor issues, I walked around the guys. They must have a lot of employees.
400 to 900.
Wow. And in the warm temperatures, speaking of warm temperatures, I'm getting a little hot. See less than a couple hours away.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Hola Loreto.
Hola, buenos días.
¿Alguna duda, jóvenes? ¿Consultas? ¿Alguna consulta, jóvenes? Están todos con el canal cerrado, tienen que abrir su audio.
Profe, lo que me llamó la atención fue el invernadero,
¿Ya?
que creo que tenía como dos niveles. Cuando al principio, no sé si era como un túnel y después tenía una malla, o tenía una malla y luego el túnel.
Pasa que ellos tenían dos tipos de infraestructura, ¿no es cierto? Tenían plástico. Yo anoté los nombres aquí. Él habló de que ocupaba plástico, y ese plástico era sin paredes, ¿no es cierto? En el fondo el cultivo no está encerrado, es solamente techo, y principalmente eso lo hacía por razones de control de bacterias. Eso por un lado. Y después tenía además un material que él le llamó sarán, y es como, el sarán es como una malla Rachel. Entonces él tenía dos tipos de materiales de cubierta. Tenía sombreadero con este sarán y tenía el plástico, ¿no es cierto?, para evitar básicamente la lluvia, que llueve mucho, y la temperatura, ¿no es cierto?, y eso le generaba problemas de enfermedades bacterianas. Eso fue un poco los dos tipos de cubierta. Entonces trabajaba con sombra, 30-50% de sombra, dijo, y cobertura plástica, y eso va a depender un poco de los cultivos y a lo mejor incluso del estado de desarrollo. ¿Alguna otra consulta?
Entonces, por eso que en el suelo estaban ese tipo de piedra para...
Exactamente. Él lo que dijo exactamente, dijo gravel, que corresponde a gravilla. O sea, es una piedra molida pequeña, y básicamente lo hacía por razones de drenaje, porque como la zona es muy lluviosa, en el fondo tiene que mantener tanto dentro de las macetas, y por eso que al final el tipo mostró una maceta y decía, bueno, las macetas tienen que tener muy buen drenaje, además el piso tiene que tener muy buen drenaje, y ahí habló de que la mezcla, y ustedes se fijaron probablemente que tenía una bolita blanca, y él dijo que era styrofoam. El styrofoam es como el aislapol, la bolita de aislapol bien pequeñita, que es un material para darle drenaje a la bolsa.
También que ellos agregaban fertilizante en el riego.
Exactamente.
Bueno.
Todo el fertilizante dijo que lo hacía por el riego. Efectivamente. Bueno, yo algunas palabras que ¿cómo se llama? Y algunas aclaraciones que hace el video. Él habló de que ellos tenían una operación que se concentraba en wooding y en color. Eso es una forma vernacular de decir, ¿no es cierto?, ornamentales, que son más bien arbolitos o arbustos, serían los woody, de madera, y los color se refiere, ¿no es cierto?, a todas estas bolsas que en el fondo son para entregar flores. Entonces, en el fondo, la operación que tenían aquí en Florida, que dijo él, era básicamente producción de flores en maceta. También se refirió a la expresión bedding, y eso también tiene la connotación de que son plantitas que se generan desde semillas. Después otro concepto que dijo fue el tipo de maceta, y el tipo de maceta él lo hablaba por los inches. Aquí tenemos producción de 4 inches, 6 inches, y eso se refiere al diámetro de la maceta. O sea, en el fondo, 4 inches es una maceta de 10 centímetros de diámetro. La de 6 es de 15, etc. ¿Algún otro? Sí, otro concepto, dos conceptos más que agregó, ¿no es cierto? Uno que dijo de que ellos tenían un agua muy alcalina y que tenían que tomar algunas consideraciones respecto al agua alcalina. Él no lo dijo, pero probablemente detrás de eso hay control del pH, etcétera. Porque cuando el agua es muy alcalina, ustedes empiezan a asperjar las plantas, y las plantas les empieza a quedar el depósito calcáreo, y las hojas van a quedar cada vez más blanquecinas. Por lo tanto, eso, si está regando por aspersión, no se puede permitir. Entonces ahí debe haber algún control, no lo dijo, pero debe haber algún control de la alcalinidad del agua. Y lo otro que dijo dos siglas que son, habló de los PGR y del DIF. El PGR se refiere a Plant Growth Regulator, los reguladores de planta, y que en el fondo él hace aplicaciones para detener el crecimiento, pero no pararlo. O sea, en el fondo, para que la planta no se le ponga larguirucha, ¿no es cierto? Y la concentración de flores sea como ustedes la vieron, en una maceta preciosa. En cambio, y él hacía la diferencia con la producción de flores más al norte, que es donde tienen diferencial de temperatura entre el día y la noche, tienen diferencia en el largo de los días, etc. Entonces, bajo esas condiciones, probablemente el uso de reguladores de crecimiento no tiene mucho sentido, porque el fenómeno se da en forma natural. Entonces fueron los dos conceptos que incluyó. Creo que eso es más o menos las expresiones o conceptos que estaban metidos en el video. Bueno, independiente de toda la infraestructura, ustedes se fijaron, esa es otra cosa interesante. Todo el traslado de los materiales de un lado al otro, todo se manejaba en bandejas. Si los macetas eran grandes, la bandeja era para 3 macetas. Si hicieran speedling, ¿no es cierto?, eran del número de 100, 200 de speedling, etc. Entonces, y él hizo mucho hincapié en eso, ¿no es cierto?, y dijo, bueno, todo aquí se mueve en trays, ¿no es cierto? Trays es bandeja. Entonces, en definitiva, está todo hecho para que exista este movimiento fácil. Ustedes vieron los carritos con muchas divisiones, el tipo pone una bandeja completa con muchas plantas arriba, etc. De plantas de los diferentes estados de desarrollo. Esa es otra cosa interesante que se vio.